Economic Development Committee, and I'll turn it over to our Director of Economic Development, Tricia Newcomer.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us so early this morning. We have before us this morning a request from RMAB LLC for a reduction of impact and tap fees for 2 single-family home lots on Shipley Street, which are zoned R1, low-density residential, Sussex County tax map and parcel number 531-13.06-41.00 and 531-13.06-41.01. Everyone has received a request. Actually, let me back up. Mr. Kevin Thawley is here representing RMAB LLC, so he'll be able to answer any questions that the committee has. But everyone does have in their packet the request for this reduction. Just to kind of acclimate you, here is a screenshot of where the properties are located. Just south of that yellow block is West Manor Apartments on Shipley Street. So you have Shipley Street to the left, Hall Street to the right, the doctor's office, that strip center where the dental office, Dr. Carey's office is just to the north. So that is where those 2 lots are located. And the project will have 2 single-family homes to be built on the lots, approximately 1,300 square foot homes. The plan is to build them one at a time. I think the plan anticipates third quarter 2021 to start on this. When the purchase of the property was made, the developer was aware that the sewer connections were not at that property. They were actually located across the street, and you can see in that second picture, I tried to capture it so you could see the manhole, the distance from the property. And his recent quotes to get that sewer connection, he's received 2, one that was $56,000 and another for $25,000 to service those 2 properties. So he's seeking relief on the water, sewer, tap, and impact fees. We did run a calculation. Code Department ran an estimate. Again, this is an estimate until actual building permit is run. And so per lot, those water impact, sewer impact, tap fees would be $4,675. So a total for 2 lots would be $9,350, which is what he's seeking relief for. So I don't know if there's anything you want to add, Kevin?
Morning, everyone. Kevin Thawley.
Morning.
Morning, Kevin.
ABC. I don't have much to add. Tricia's done very well at spelling everything out there pretty much to the letter.
Tricia, just for everybody's, in fees and building permits and all that, what's that total? We talked about this the other night at City Council. There's still other fees that are associated with the building of these 2 homes. Do you know what those totals
Correct.
are?
There will be additional fees on this. So are you referring to the water sewer impact tap fee program we have?
No. We talk about when someone builds a lot and then we're waiving fees. Some people think that it's all free, but there's other fees associated with building these 2 homes.
They still have the building permit. We have, the sewer capacity charge.
About $2,000 to the town in additional fees, plus the county building permit fee, and then obviously other use of contractors. And then it is, as I stated in my letter, it is infill development. It really doesn't cost anything for the town in any running new electric, running new water and sewer lines, anything like that. It's all right there, and it will create 2 new revenue streams for the town long term. It's taxes, water, sewer, electric, and stuff. It'll take 2 lots. Not been bad looking, but it's not been necessarily good looking. And at the price level that we're, at the level of house we're building and the price that we're pricing about, they will be owner occupants as well. So they won't be low-end rental properties. Right. What we've done so far in town, we've put granite countertops. It's been a higher level house. And knock on wood, they all still look pretty nice what we've done so far. Everybody's kept them up pretty well.
All right, questions from the committee?
Just to confirm, you're saying that the houses are for resale?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. And do you have an approximate value?
It's hard to tell.
I know.
It depending on what material costs and stuff like that. The last 2 that we just finished up, we didn't actually put on the market or price till we were about 60 days out, till we knew that we had everything. I would say you're probably going to be, depending on whether we do houses with garages or not, you're probably going to be anywhere from 220 to 240
Okay,
is going to be the range in there. We're debating whether to do a garage or just stick with a shed there. When you go to a garage, especially with material costs and stuff now, you're really going to be pricing it up on the top edge of more where that first-time buyer can afford. You know, and that's what we're trying to do, is make an affordable product that's nice as well. You know, Hall Street, we were at 209 on with a garage. That was the most recent one that we sold. We're probably, you know, that house right now, the last time we ran material cost on it, it was $18,000 more in material costs. Plus, we're going to have even with relief, we're going to have significantly higher cost in going out and getting the sewer and stuff on this one as well than we had on the other ones.
Are there questions from the committee? Yes, sir. Mr. Anderson?
Charles or
Yes,
Trish,
sir.
could you explain the difference between this house and the current incentives that we have? Because we just had a meeting the other night, and those incentives were $1,775.
Yeah, the incentives we talked about Tuesday night at council were related to the first 21 in 21 program, which is a program we've had since 2010. And in that program, developers and developments where they put in all the water, sewer, and water, sewer, and roads, they stand to get a tap fee credit for water and sewer. And as you said, it's $1,750. This is different because this is not, quote unquote, in a development where the developer put in the infrastructure. And I'll just go back maybe a little bit. We are going to have to put in the water taps here because you're paying
correct. Yes.
Yeah. And I would have to talk, or we would have to, Trish and I would have to talk to the director of electric. I'm pretty sure there's going to be something we got to do because this is an unserviced area.
Well,
You're
and
right,
again-
it's close.
And again, I've
Yeah.
asked for the moon. You know, if you feel as though that, you know, the water tap fees or something you don't want to waive, then I'm fine with that too. But you know,
We'll have some material cost. Our guys will have to get out there. I think the biggest thing for us, and certainly we'll coordinate this through our Director of Public Works and Building Official, when we make that road cut, we need to make it as wide as we need to both do what your contractor to put in the sewer, are putting in the water where necessary.
well, I believe the water's actually already on the lot, or at least on one of them.
Okay,
'Cause
could be.
From what I understand, they used it as a garden.
That's right.
years
I think
ago.
you're right. Now
And
that
The
you're
there's a-
Mayans
suppose
kept that
there's a
pretty
water
nice.
Tap along the edge of the medical center.
Okay,
somewhere.
that'll be great if we can
So,
use that. So
you
maybe
could-
we only have to put in one, which helps. And
But
our advantage, we can usually missile in, so we don't have to do as much pavement repair as the sewer tap, but.
Which, you know, in from what I discussed with Mike, I guess, when we do that, we're gonna come in and we're gonna make two taps on the other side of the street and bring them in one trench, you know, a wider trench.
Yeah, that's the most cost-effective way to do it.
That's really the only way you could even, and that's really the only way you could even afford to build on the lot.
Right.
Even with relief, you know, at $25,000, $30,000, you know, the quote may be 30 by the time we get around to doing it.
Right.
You know, that's more than we pay. That's almost that is what we paid for the lot, was $30,000.
And these taps on Shipley Street and other state-maintained roads are notoriously expensive.
And that's what we're finding is been driving the cost way up is this what the state's requiring for flaggers and road blocking and stuff like that.
It's not easy.
The stuff we've done on the side streets in the city of Seaford, it just, you know, you get in there first thing in the morning, they're done by lunchtime.
A lot less traffic, no
No big deal.
concrete, yeah. This is just a whole nother level of complexity.
You've got all
Right.
it's truck route, you know, so you're
Yep.
gonna have to deal with all that. So that's what's really driving the price up. That's the additional 10,000 from our first quote to the second from the same guy. The faint quote was the one that we had verbal at 15, and he went to 25 when he realized I guess we weren't thinking about it being a state road either at the time. So
Are there other instances where we've waived impact fees recently?
Not on a single-family home. I did do some research, actually. The ones that this body has done relief on recently. So in November of '20, we did the Melanie's Ridge Phase 1, We did the water sewer tap fees for them. And in December of 19, we did the 77 townhome units in Bel Air, and those were water sewer tap and impact fees. So
Yeah, Bel Air has a $2,600 incentive versus
That sounds right.
the Bel
the
Air townhomes
$1,775.
for the one that we did in December, it was an estimate of $205,000.
Yeah.
Over 77 units, yeah.
When I look at the permits and I see the waivers for Bel Air, it's $2,675.
That sounds right.
And it's $1,775 for D.R. Horton.
Yeah, we went a
Yeah,
little.
in
little
that
further.
instance, yes, I was referring to the ones that this group has actually done. Yes, for Bel Air, there's been 28. They've received 28 since its inception in 2010. There's been $20,300 in water and $29,400 in sewer for Bel Air.
Yeah. Well, certainly this is good infilling for the city of Seaford. That lot has been there for years as a garden, and to put two single-family homes on that property.
And again, you were referencing Bel Air and Governor's Grant. The developers that are receiving incentives in there now did not pay for any of that infrastructure. Bel Air, it was paid for by, I can't even remember the name of the developer at the time, and then it's been.
I mean, it's owned by Leonard Iacono now, and he's owned it since before 2008. So, and he's still selling lots, so.
Selling lots.
He put in that infrastructure.
Selling lots off to
Yeah.
the builder.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
But then Governor's Grant was another one where, and it's gone through 2 or 3 different owners.
I'm gonna say 2 or 3, yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably right, since it was incepted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree that that's, the new owners didn't stroke the check, but they received value because that was added value
Oh,
for that project. So maybe it wasn't a one-for-one thing, but it did add value to the development when they did that. So I don't have any other questions.
Any questions?
I do not, sir.
I mean, we certainly have incentivized development in multiple different ways, in multiple different developments, and I,
Anything's appreciated.
right.
You know,
Yeah, and I
we'll-
really don't see this any different. This is single-family homes going in a stranded lot. And I certainly would support any kind of similar incentive we've offered on the other developments, like Councilman Henderson has pointed out. Any other questions or comments from the council?
I have two
Committee.
questions for Charles or Tricia. The grand total there of the fee receipt, I can't read on my copy. What does that number say?
That one is
420.
6420?
I had to look up there too.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's not-
And the cost to the city to actually do the work related to these two lots would be roughly,
Well, I can't really give you a total, but if there is one water tap on site, then for us, if we only have to put in one, really all we have to do is put in, 75 feet of pipe and a valve and our men to do it. So I'm gonna run a guess for you, it's probably $1,000 worth of material and labor to go out there and do it. Because
Okay.
we're gonna work with them to dig the hole and cut the slab, so we don't have as much as we would in another situation.
okay.
And then we would be, and we would put in 2 meter pits.
You would, yes, sir.
You
One for
actually,
each.
town would put them in, I guess, correct? Or-
No, we would give them to you,
Okay,
we
we
sell
put
them
it
to
in.
you, and then your
I can't
plumber
remember
installs
how
them.
that worked. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah, so
but
we
you're
would-
correct, yep, we'd have new
2
meter pits there.
Put in there.
Yep.
Other questions or comments?
I'll just make a comment that I would be in favor of offering the tap fee waivers, but not the impact fees, because the addition of the house does put, so that it would mirror
Right.
the credit that we're giving Bel Air, the $2,675 each.
Are you making that as a motion, or are you just
No,
throwing it
I
out there as
just been making
conversation?
the comment, but, if there's anybody else has any,
No, I tend to agree that, again, Kevin and his company is putting a lot of effort into this again, it's stranded lot. I mean, I know he's in business to make money, but this is a different request involving a state road, and this is going to bring on 2 private homes that are going to pay taxes, and utilities.
Yeah, and I guess I'll just echo that. Working on a state road is very difficult, and, you know, to Mr. Thawley's credit, he did not come and ask for this kind of incentive when he built the other houses he spoke about on city streets.
Yeah, I mean, at 15, I think we were, you know, that averaged out to about it's more than about what we paid for Hall Street and less than we paid over on the other. But when we got up to 25, you know, that's like, wow. And then I'll be honest, I saw the incentive program in the paper for the other one as well.
Right.
I'll ask as well.
I did a quick calculation. So the just tap fees would be $2,675 per lot for a total of $5,350.
Well, if there,
So that mirrors the incentive that we
Correct.
gave
Right.
Bel Air. Or
very similar.
was it?
Muirfield.
Muirfield was the last one we did.
Well, Muirfield was $17.75, for whatever reason that was. Bel Air was $26.75.
I think that's correct. Trish has the numbers, but.
Mine are large numbers, not broken
Right,
down
you
per,
can, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know per house cost.
so I'm in favor of the $26.75 each.
If there are no other questions or comments, I'll accept a motion then that we would then carry on to city council.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
So if someone would like to make a motion. Yep.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we send our recommendation to mayor and council for to waive sewer and water tap fees in the amount of $2,675 each for the development at Sussex County Tax Map 531-13.06-41.00 and 531-13.06-41.01.
Can I ask you to add something to your motion in the sense that in the recent past, we've been better at adding timeframes on these kinds of incentives? And I believe Mr. Thawley is going to move quickly, but just to be consistent, can we put a time frame on when this incentive would run out? Would you be okay with adding that to your motion?
Do you have a time frame in mind, sir?
18 months, would that be fair?
I'll amend that motion to include an expiration of 18 months from the adoption of mayor and council.
Good. All right, so we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. So this will go to the June 8th meeting.
Correct.
All right, for the council to review, and if they bless it, then we will be in touch with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming
Thanks,
out this
Kevin.
morning, Kevin. Appreciate the work you are doing in town. It really is making a difference. We appreciate it. So with that, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion, second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you. Thank you.